Missing
Well,
stuffers.
Are we ready? We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance, or I guess we'll call the meeting to order. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, do we need to make any corrections to the agenda?
I need to add open enrollment applications and a tuition waiver.
I'm assuming under new business.
Yeah.
Where would you like
So
to?
we can
We
just,
just do it before policy?
yes, that
So
would be great.
like after D?
Yeah. We could make that E and then make policy F. So on and so forth.
Okay. Anything else?
No, not for me.
Motion to approve the agenda?
So move. Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor of approving the agenda, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Public comment, any requests?
No.
Okay, consent agenda. Does anybody have anything on the consent agenda? Everybody get a chance to look at it?
And did we get the typos changed on the minutes there? Okay.
The first one you talked about, those are two motions. One was for this year, because she's Title I this year. The other one is for next year when she's in 5th grade.
Oh, okay.
That's why they were
That was the second one.
separated.
And then you got the one where I
Yeah.
moved and seconded both myself.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and we're James and Al moved to approve the consent agenda.
Do you have your yet?
I just got it today.
Didn't know that.
I'm supposed to get something. I'm fighting it for as long as I can. Okay, motion to approve the consent agenda. Is there a second?
Oh, second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
As a he made a motion. I can second it then. And then you interrupted him.
Sorry.
Oh, I didn't hear that, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Maybe that's how I need to hear those, right?
We're good.
And you are on my bad side too. That's the worst side.
Mine too. I
Okay.
only have one.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All right, seeing none, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, principal reports.
Okay, so over in Taylor, we are still at 155 students. We've had some come, some go, but that number has been the same for a little while. That's as of the 12th of January. We just started our winter FastBridge data assessments this week. We're really trying to help the teachers focus on growth right now because we're still learning FastBridge and it's new to the kids. Some of our new staff, it's new to them. Some of the kids aren't growing at the rate that FastBridge wants them to be growing, but we are seeing a ton of growth. So we're kind of trying to focus on that right now, that the kids are growing, and we have quite a few assessments to finish yet tomorrow, Friday, and then into next week we have it open still. So we'll finish those up, so more data to come, but we are seeing growth in the little bit of glancing that we've done so far. A little bit more data, Misty and I and many, like I don't even want to list them all because we've had to work on some Title I monitoring that's due next week, Tuesday. We have to have it submitted by. So we will finish that up by Friday. We can do it by Friday. All right, in the morning. We're going to be ready to submit by the end of the week. Our goal was before Christmas. Here we are. We're going to make the deadline. It's been a lot of work, but we will get it. We're trying to get it more streamlined so that it's just like the process. Like every year, do the same thing, and then it's just ready when we get the email that says you're being monitored. Then we're like, here you go. Like it's done and ready for you. So just some looking ahead. I know I was not at the last meeting because I had a game with Raylan, but I have Miss Brantley that was hired for 5th grade for next school year, has taken over title math at the elementary school. We call her quiet but mighty. She's very quiet, but she's amazing. Like the kids love her. It has taken a lot of stress off of everyone. Mrs. Pretzer, the paras, myself, like it's just been better, like she can do her own planning, she knows what she's doing because she's got the degree to plan and do all that stuff, so that's been awesome. So good choice there on the 5th grade situation. She loves being in the classroom too. She's been in Mrs. Adamson's room helping, so she's getting to know those 4th graders. So it'll be an awesome transition for her. Yep. And then Title I EL, I know at the last meeting was approved to post a position. I did send Russ, Amber, and Misty one applicant that I got in yesterday. And then we will continue to have a PE discussion because I'm really having a hard time with 26 kindergartners in one PE class. So I'm hoping to swipe Mr. Miller a little bit longer, which puts the high school in a bit of a situation. So we'll be discussing some of those things moving forward for staffing into next school year. Just a few building updates. The HVAC system in the gym is still not done. Like the humidifier is still not put in. Denny's contacted HA. He contacted me on the 30th asking if it was there, and I was like, nope, still can't get a hold of anybody. So he got a hold of HA. He was told within the next 2 weeks. So that was on the 30th. We're on week 2. I have not heard or seen. So it's still not there, but I'm hoping 2 weeks means 3. I'm not sure. And then Casey will be coming to prepare the fire panel. I believe he's going to come Saturday and Monday. Since we have no school Monday, the fire stuff is all here. So he will work on getting his stuff done. And then Johnson Control is going to be in the rest of next week to finish tying everything together. So there's some other work that Casey will be doing as well, like our lighting outside. Our lights don't stay on at night. They're flickering all the time. So he's just going to check that stuff while he's there as well. So last few things, reading month we're going to do in February. We usually do it in March. So I'm sure you got the email from me asking you all to be guest readers. So if there's a day in February that works, great. If you can't, no big deal, because I know some of you have different work. Just give me some options and I'll put you where it works if you're willing to do that. And then, and Mr. Ziegler, I put you on that list also, like we talked about. And then over in Taylor, we've been having staff bingo. So January and February are really long months. I don't know what it is, but January and February, they're long. So I'm doing staff bingo with the staffs. They just get like bingo numbers every day, snacks, extra jeans day, comfy clothes, whatever. I was pretty sure I messed up bingo, if that's possible, because somehow I called like 16, 20 numbers, and I've had 3 people ask me if I didn't like them because they only had 2 numbers. I'm like, it's how the numbers roll. I don't know. But we got our first bingo today, so we're making progress. I didn't mess it up too bad. But do you guys have any questions for me? I know it's been a moment since I was here.
The H.A. Thompson, when was the date that they originally told us that would be?
Well, H.A. Thompson never told us we had a humidifier. We found out through Denny's.
Correct.
And that was back in October, maybe?
It was the last couple elementary girls basketball games that everything was up and running, and I was under the understanding it was done.
Right.
So that would have been like beginning mid-October when they finished their season. And then Denny's came out, and he was like, is the humidifier in? And I'm like, what? Like, what are you saying to me? So then he came and looked because he was looking at some other stuff and he was like, there's no humidifier. So then he called for us to see what was going on, and neither of us have been able to get in touch with HA. Like, I tried calling the guy that I've been in contact with. I tried texting him, like, no, Ross has tried. We can't get anybody called back. So Denny's finally got a hold of the same gentleman I was communicating with, and that was the information he was given, was that they would be out the next couple weeks to do it.
Yeah, and I'll call, I have a note to call him tomorrow.
Well, I can stop by too if I need to.
Okay.
Just sit in front of somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole process started before I even got on the board. So
Right.
Yeah, it started before
A year and a half.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what is going on my computer.
Maybe HA.
In the next 3 years. Okay, otherwise that's all I have for you.
Okay. Dr. Vogel.
We have NAEP assessment coming. I put some information regarding NAEP, but it is a national, they call it a national report card. It's a snapshot of American education, and they randomly choose multiple schools at multiple grades. for 8th and 12th. We got chosen for 8th grade, so they will be coming on February 19th at 8:30 a.m. That should be coming earlier set up, but that's when the kids are going to test in English and math. I did send letters out to all 8th grade parents that if they choose to not have their child participate, to bring a letter. I do have some of those, so some are choosing not to, which is fine, and the other ones will be testing on that day. But I wanted you guys to have some background information regarding the National Center of Education Statistics and the information that they pull there. So that way, if you want, you can look up more information regarding. And then we do get some results back when they have everything data mined and reviewed and analyzed. So, student registration for spring semester so far. For dual credit for history, we have 10 students between all the history classes right now, and for math, we have 7 students between the math classes. Biology, I don't have a number right now, and right now, between all 3 of them, we have other students that are still deciding. They have a little bit of time here in the next week to decide, so if those numbers change, we'll update you. On NDCDE, I split them out, 7 students taking a variety of different classes, and then the 20 art students that are on there. And then for RACTC, we have 9 students, and I listed like some examples of classes they're taking that they can't get on other systems. And so I have multiple in ag classes, construction classes, equine science, CDL, hydraulic fundamentals is that one, and then the other art students through RACTC ITD is 16 on there. And then Lake Region, right now we have 11 students taking 23 courses, and we have a lot of juniors and seniors that are taking what they can in some periods in class, and they're taking extra on their own. It's actually quite amazing. Some are taking 2 or 3 per semester just because they're able to, and they're able to keep up. And these are people that are very involved. Some of them are very involved in the school, so they're staying up late and getting stuff done. So that's awesome that they're being so dedicated. Semester test went really well, but to celebrate the end of semester test, the students were super stressed out because they haven't had semester tests for a long time. We heard about it a lot, and and I worked with the teachers to say, hey, so-and-so's still uncomfortable, so they pull some students and work with them, but they also had review and preps in class and things like that. But at the end of it, we had a period where we could add something fun for the students. In January and February, like Mrs. Bellickson said, is super long and kind of seems like if we need a pick-me-up, that's usually a time to do it. So we did have one Piano Too Much Fun come. I don't know if you heard anything about it, but it was a great interactive performance for students on that last day for about a little over an hour and a half. It was about an hour and 45 minutes. And the student energy was awesome since it is so interactive. It's kind of like dueling pianos, but it's one piano, and so we had it set up that the students were all the way around, and so they could go up and request songs, and then he had them come up and do different things for different songs, and it was great. And just so you know, the pianist was Marshall Ziegler.
I think Mrs. Adamson enjoyed it too.
I did.
You know what? I think it was great that she was dancing because she got all the other kids to dance.
I tried.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Yeah. There was a couple more that really helped out. I asked her to Mason, why are you standing there? Like, she really wanted to go up there. I'm like, why are you still standing here? But she didn't. Anyways, and then I filled in for Russ since he's had a really busy week this week here, and took Kane Ravinius and Aubrey Huff to the Education Roundtable to meet with legislators, superintendents, and other school staff from DPS, Dickinson Public School. Belfield was there. Who else?
Lieutenant Governor,
was there, and her assistant.
did anybody from DPI come? They were invited, but I don't know.
2 people came. Yes, so it was a very good roundtable discussion, and so what I did is I just attached the topics that they reviewed, and Aubrey and Kane were prepped that they were coming to give their opinion on some of the topics. They were not prepared that when we sat down in the room, they were the only students there. So that, like, all of a sudden
told that.
That's okay. That's okay. They looked around and they're like, don't leave me. I'm like, okay, it's okay. But no, they did really, really well. And actually, Marcus Luton, which is the superintendent of Dickinson Public School, then put them on the spot with his principal, Mr. Bradley, and they talked about cell phone screens, different things like that. And they got to share their opinions about how at first they were super angry and how other students were angry and how that has really changed education for the better and positive part of learning and not being on screens. So it was interesting. And I did prep Marcus and said, just so you know, they were told to say exactly how they feel. Like I didn't say, oh, this is what we're working on. I said, no, you tell them how you feel because that's what they really want to know. So the kids did a great job. Multiple opportunities that they asked him other questions, but he did put them on the spot and say he wanted him to come up on a mic in front of everybody. So that was a little scary, but we started out and then they did really good. But some great conversations. They would like to have multiple discussions further, and they're working with Lieutenant Governor and legislature on some of the solutions for these topics, like some different things that maybe just don't have solutions yet. That we could work together as across districts, I suppose. They did talk about sharing some possible resources and different things that they're looking for funding for certain things, just to assist more students and what that would look like if we shared between all of our districts. So it was very, very interesting. You may want to add to that since you originally signed up to go. Is there anything else you would like to say?
No, not as, I mean, it's just trying to open up with our legislature for them to come to the schools and not be, afraid isn't the right word, but so
Separated.
they're welcome and
Yeah.
they know that they can come and ask questions and even talk to our students anytime, so.
Yeah, it helped that Dory was there, because when Dory sat down, then she waved to the kids, like, so that was fun. We ate lunch with her, but, and then afterwards, their culinary students served a meal there, so the kids got to have a meal there. I do have the career advisor update and the AD. I just attach it for you to read on your own. And then if you have any questions, feel free to either call me, call the ADs, or call Mrs. Mason anytime. Mrs. Mason and I doubled up on a few things, so when it talks about further online classes at the bottom, she covered BSc dual credits also, just like the courses, so you can see the breakout of where those students are coming from. And then CREAM student, just as a reminder, students that don't have ACT to meet English and math for college ready, unless if they pass the AccuPlacer, which has been going really well. I did have students pass English and math AccuPlacer before Christmas break, and then here I just did some when I got back from Christmas break with some students, and then another one today. So I have a few more students that are going to try to do the AccuPlacer a couple more times, and then if not, they sign up for CREAM, which is a state course that covers their prerequisites, so they can go straight into college level courses when they get to college and not a prerequisite class. So, and if you have any questions, always feel free to call. Does anyone have any questions now? About anything?
Anybody have anything?
I didn't talk about Fastbridge because we're gonna run a little bit behind Taylor because of our semester tests. We pushed ours back, so we'll be testing. A couple people tested today, the rest of it will take place probably next week.
Anything else? Okay. Move on to the West River Senior Services presentation.
So I know in the last few meetings, we've had some questions about our special education and how it works and what West River actually does. So I asked Troy Knutsvik, he is the director.
Where would you like to be?
It don't matter, wherever you guys would like.
To come and give a little presentation just to update the board on what they are, what they do, and how they help us, so.
Oh, and then he goes to that side.
There we go, thank you. You got the bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that anything they can find you about? You do, you need to get it.
No, so you're the one that doesn't pay attention. Your short pencil has parts.
Probably matches the office,
All right, well, first I want to thank you for having me come out and kind of talk a little bit about what we do at West River Student Services for you guys. Richardton-Taylor is part of what is called a special education unit. We have 13 districts. It's all the rural districts on this western, southwestern edge of North Dakota. We probably have about right around 450 special ed students throughout the whole unit, but we're about 20,000 square miles what we cover. So we're a very large unit, whereas, you know, just down the road you got Bismarck and they're their own unit. But so we do a lot of traveling. Heard people talking about their drives and commutes. I have a 2019 Ford F-150 and it's pushing 200,000 miles right now. So we get out there and get moving around. So I just kind of wanted to go through there. At any point in time that you see a slide you want more clarification on, please let me know and I'll stop and we can go through that. So I'm going to talk about our services, and then at the end, if you have any board specific questions about, you know, what it is we do for you guys, or if you have some, you know, something that you're concerned about or want to hear more about, just let me know and we'll go into that. The first thing we do is we have district provided services, which is on the next slide there. So we provide school psychological services. Now that is the testing side of it. We're not there providing counseling services, those types of things. Our school psychologist is a psychometrist, meaning he does the assessments to see if students qualify for special ed services. And then if a kid does qualify or a student does qualify, every 3 years after that, we have to do reassessments, and he would do that. So that is the psychological side. It's the cognitive IQ testing, those types of things. Is that what he does? We also provide occupational therapist services, OT services. We have 2 OTs. This year we were lucky enough to get a second OT. She has her doctorate out of Mary. Both of our OTs were trained at the University of Mary. One has their master's, one has their doctorate. Just recently, University of Mary changed it to a doctoral program, so that was the reason for that. We also do have a certified occupational therapy assistant. She works under them. So between the 13 districts, those 3 ladies get all the services that need to be provided for the students. They do direct service. They also will come in and do screeners at times for kids. Principals will call, superintendents will call, teachers will call. They got some concerns about kids. Our OTs can go in and do a screener and see what goes on. Speech and language therapist services. We have 5 speech and language therapists within our building that help service some of the districts: Killdeer, Richardton-Taylor, Belfield, New England, Beach, the Medora, Prairie, and Galva. We cover those areas. Everybody else in our unit is either has their own person or they have somebody doing that for them. And we provide those services. Speech and language therapist services and the OT services are a service that is provided and then billed back to the district to basically cover the costs of that. It's a bill back on those 2 areas. School psychologist is not a bill back. That is provided as being part of the unit. That is covered out of our budget. Early childhood education services, we have a single person that she drives all over the unit and goes to all the different schools, and when we get for preschool. So these are the kids that are prior to kindergarten. So sometimes the Human Services region in Dickinson will have, no kids that have needs or stuff like that. We'll get referrals from them. They might be in your district, they could be in another district. She goes out and holds those meetings and then provides services or assists the preschool teacher in providing those services. Again, that is a service that is not a payback. We provide that service. Student contract services, our business manager works with the student contract system for the students that are on IEPs. So let's say you guys do open enrollment, you get a kid from Glen Ullin who's on an IEP. All the services that kid gets, we put it into the contract services program, and then we bill it back to that district for them to pay. And we do that part of it. Again, no cost to the districts. Outside agency services, we work a lot with like voc rehab, making sure that they come to meetings at the high schools. You guys have reached out to different services that are out there. We voc rehab, juvenile services, foster youth services. I'm missing a whole bunch here. I apologize, I've been sick for a while and I've still got foggy head. But all those agencies that work with families and students within the counties that we serve, they will reach out to us. We're kind of that middleman to kind of connect the districts with those places, so that we're making sure when we do have meetings, we have everybody at the table that can be there to help with that student. We do all the data collection for state audits or state complaints, those types of things that go down to Bismarck, comes back to us. I work with the superintendents, I work with the principals. If there's a complaint or an audit that needs to be done, we work on it together and we submit those things then on your behalf for you guys. It's all state and federal reporting. We do all of that goes in. So all the federal audits that come out, they have 13 different indicators out of an IEP. It covers about 600 parts of the IEP, as crazy as that sounds. They like to look at a lot of things. So those audits, when they come, we submit those in. We make sure the IEPs are in compliance, so that when we submit those, the federal government is happy with what we're doing, and then we get our federal funding to continue on with that. A couple other things in our office. My position as the director, I also have a coordinator. She works part-time for me. She was the coordinator. She retired when I took over the job over there. When I came back to North Dakota to take that job, I was like, okay, this is a completely different system. It's special ed, but every state runs it a little bit differently. So I was really nice to her, took her out to lunch and told her how wonderful she was, and got her to convince to come back and work for me part-time to help with a lot of that auditing, that self-auditing that we do, and assisting and training our teachers with the different processes we have to go through. Both of my position, her position, are not billed back to you guys. Those are part of the unit, just like our business manager. And then we also have a teacher of the deaf and hard of hearing. And so if we get any kids who have any cochlear implants, they have hearing aids, or they're completely deaf, she works with making sure that all the services that those kind of kids, all the needs that they have, that we're able to do all those services for you guys there. Again, she is not somebody that we bill back to you guys. So mainly from our end, it's the OTs and the speech that we bill back for on that, from that standpoint. Next slide. Some of the other things we've done, and I've worked with Dr. Vogel before, worked with Ms. Gullickson before, on just coming out, and we've done some professional development if that's needed. We've come and presented to paraprofessionals. We help set up the paraprofessional training and make sure that they go on and do the hours that are needed to get the certification from the state. Do those types of things. State and federal compliance reporting. Once we report, sometimes we have to do some training that comes out of that. We provide that training for you guys so that you guys stay in compliance with that piece of it. IEP supports, come to IEPs, a lot of IEPs, travel around, that's mainly what I do, other than, come and see what at the different districts, who's got the best lunches, but it's either lunches or IEPs. But in curriculum supports, we do have some alternative curriculums that we help support. One of the big ones that we use is called Teach Town. It's an alternate curriculum, but it's based upon the state standards, and it lowers that threshold for those students who really need that lower threshold, whether they may have a intellectual disability, maybe severely autistic, and we can use that curriculum to help them learn some of those standards. Now, do they learn it at the same rate as their peers? No, but they're getting those basic pieces of the standards. And then we do get some district-specific training, and we come out and we do that. None of that is charged. Teach Down, we don't charge you guys for. We take the cost on that. We build that into our budget. We do those kind of things. One of the other things that we do, let me make sure I didn't put that on the next one. No. A lot of our districts are growing their own educators. So we have students, or I should say students, we have teachers who are students also, who are in the UND resident program. So they already have a degree and they've wanted to go back and get a degree in teaching. UND resident program supports them in doing that. For the most part, last year, I do believe we were able to cover all of the expenses for those teachers that went back and did that. We also do that with the Parent to Teacher program. We try to, there's grants and stuff from the state that help them with their tuitions and their books and all that. And whatever's lacking, we try to supplement that because we also apply for grants from the state to get that so that we can cover those things. Right now, Richardton-Taylor has one in the Parent to Teacher program. We also have one in the Resident Teacher program. Taylor has one in the finishing up this year. She'll be done in her Resident Teacher program. And throughout the unit, I think I've got about 8 or 9 students that are in those programs. One of the things we have to do as a unit is we have to promise to support them. So one of my jobs is to go out and meet with them. I have a weekly Wednesday meeting where we all call in, talk about what's going on, what are their needs, those types of things. Again, not a charge, not a bill back to the districts, that's just part of our budget and we build that in. Next slide, special education and IEPs. This is just kind of a slide I put in. I never know how much my boards know about special ed and what the requirements are, but special education is required by law. It has been since 1976 that the federal government has required that special education be a part of the public education system. Like I said, we help with those specialized curriculums. The IEP denotes what type of curriculum that kid may need. Some kids can be in the regular ed classroom with some support from a para, and they do fine. Other kids need to be pulled out, maybe need a specialized curriculum. Specialized teachers and paraprofessionals, we try to do as much training as we can to keep them in that specialized piece of it. They've taken on this extra role, so we want to make sure that they get as much training as we can give them. And again, in that you have specialized services that are available. These are all the different types of things that are available to students when they are on an IEP and things that can be required for a district to have to help, support, whether it's transportation services, medical services, vision services, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language services, psychological services, and that's mainly that testing piece, but there is some of those mental health supports. North Dakota does mental health services a little bit different than I'm used to. I spent about 32 years in California. I grew up out here in North Dakota. Me and Russ were talking about this earlier and laughing. I think when I graduated in '89 at Minot State, I think there were 4 jobs available and about 5,000 people who wanted them. Now we have 5,000 jobs available and 4 that want them. So at that time I moved and went out there and spent my time, and then my kids got older and they came back here and now they're living back here. As crazy as that sounds, they went from California to North Dakota. Not quite sure what they were thinking, but they love it out here, and so they got married and they're here, so it was like, well, that's where the grandbabies are, so we came back and we started doing our services out here and working, and we look at all of these things to try and, make sure that we are able to get those for you. Like physical therapy, I don't have a physical therapist on staff, but we contract for that. We go out and find that person and bring that person out if a student in your district would need that. Most of these other things, we're able to do that. The vision services for blind students or visually impaired students, we reach out to the state. State has a group of people that come out. They have somebody assigned to this part of the state. They come and then they assist the teachers, whether it's enlarging print or making sure that we have certain colored paper, like if they need, overlays or things like that. They help provide that for us, and it's at no cost to us. That's just part of what it's the state school for the blind out of Grand Forks. Medical services, sometimes kids need medical services. We can, work, again, I don't have those people in office, so we go out and we find those and we see what we need to do for you guys on that. All right, the last one I think is the questions. Do you have any questions for me on this? I know it's a lot of stuff in a quick, short amount of time, but if you have any questions, please feel free. You can, any of the administrators here, or you guys can, contact us and directly out in Dickinson. Our offices are right there, right across from Dickinson State, where the bull ride or where the rodeo area is being built, and the new soccer fields were right across there. Can smell JD's barbecue every day. So. But if you have any questions or anything on this, please let me know. If not, I'll let you guys get back to your meetings.
Do we pay you like a lump sum for your services and then you bill us back for the speech or OT, or we just pay you for like the speech and OT services that you guys
do what that's a great question. We have a fair share. You guys do a fair share, so the 13 districts in the unit do a fair share of about $107,000 a year. And that's just kind of on top of our federal monies that we get. That helps us just kind of, that's our running of the office. Paying the salaries that I told you are not covered by you guys on the bill back. The bill back is only for the OT and for the speech and language. So if they, like Justine Germanson is your guys' speech and language pathologist, and she works between Richardson and Taylor. And so her time, her salary then is billed back to you monthly, and all the things that go into that. And as we all know, salaries are a very wide piece of thing. It's not just what they make in salary, it's health and welfare benefits, it's retirement, it's all those things that go into that. But that does come back to you.
Yeah, we don't pay $107,000 each district.
Each gets a share. It's
so
called fair share. So let's say 3,800 kids in the 13 districts, roughly. So whatever your percentage of that 13, of that 3,800, that's your percentage that you pay in of that 107,000.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, not everybody. I wish everybody was paying 107. It would be great. That would make my budget a heck of a lot easier now that those federal budgets are getting cut. But we do. Like I said, we have one of the probably, I would say our fair share. We're what is considered a multi-district unit. Our fair share is the lowest in the state. So we try to do the most. We don't ask for a whole bunch of other stuff. We aren't hiring for you. We're not doing all those other things that other units are charging back to the districts. Your district is great. They'll call me and say, hey, we're gonna do some interviews for special ed. Would you like to come out? But in the end, they do the hiring and they become your employee. So that way it does keep that fair share down. I don't think we've changed fair share. I know we haven't changed it since I've been here in 2020, when I started in April of 2020. That has been consistent that whole time. One other piece of that fair share is there's also a building fund. So the building that West River inhabits, the 13 districts put money towards that also. So, and that is only, I think it's like 17,000. Not 17,000 for you, 17,000 for the whole unit. And then again, it's based on that same percentage. What's your, overall student population? What's that percentage based upon the whole total population?
Thanks.
Anything else?
I was just saying, having that multi-district affords us to have a lot of things that we wouldn't be able to on our own. Because I mean, there's a lot of money going into special education, and we couldn't afford to provide the services without having a unit.
And you know, and that's like, you know, like speech and language, your speech and language person does most, that's her whole job is your two districts, because as we know, language is one of the biggest areas for kids to acquire. One of the things that we see more and more happening, especially in Southwest, it is amazing how many of our second language learners we are starting to see come into our smaller districts. We get a lot of families from South Africa, we get families from Mexico, we get families from other places, and they are speaking a second language. And so, you know, that language service does help, you know, with that when they do qualify. So, but your portion is always, like with the OTs, it's based upon your fair share percentage. We keep that fair share percentage that same way. That way it's, you know, everybody can use it as much as they need to. Then it's much easier that way than saying, oh, this month you used 10 times, and next month you used it 20. Well, it doesn't matter, each month you're paying the same on it, and it's easier that way. You know, for billing for my business manager so she doesn't pull her hair out, but two, it makes more sense because, you know, then if you need that person more, you don't have to worry about where in the budget do I find it. I know this year I'm spending X amount for OT services, and if I need them this much, this is how much I'm gonna get them. And every year we go back, as we have a finance subcommittee of 5 superintendents within the unit, and they look at those things, you know. How much did you use it? How much did you utilize it? If you didn't utilize it, maybe going forward the next year, your rate's a little bit lower, but your neighboring district used it a lot more, so we can raise that up. But we still are able to look at that and do that, and we take that into consideration every time.
Okay.
All good?
Thank you.
Then the equinoxes are going well.
Yeah.
I was told to tell you, thank you very much for all your help with that by my business manager.
That was a lot more work than it should have been.
It is, but, you know, thank you very much.
Yeah,
We do
absolutely.
appreciate it. Again, if you come across a question or you need something, you know, please reach out to Russ and he can get you guys in contact with me. He has my contact information and we'll go from there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, we can move on to old business. The ADA compliance status report.
Everything is done from our checkoff sheet except the cabinets in the hallway, and the bathrooms. We're still arguing between the inspector and our architect and I about how many urinals have to be lowered. But I think we're getting close to an answer on that. But the architect and the builder have said that they're gonna have to lower one of the urinals, and that's on them, because it wasn't lowered and it should have been originally. So that shouldn't cost us any extra dollars there. The other thing is the cabinets in the hallway. Those are too high for somebody who is seeing impaired. They would have to, their cane wouldn't hit it, so they could possibly run into the side of it. So we need to do something there, and I received 2 quotes. The August cabinet one was the one that we looked at last couple months ago, and that was for that $23,600, and that's to go from the bottom of the unit all the way down. There is an outlet that we want to stay active, so they would bring that outlet out so we could still use it for the vacuum, because there aren't very many outlets in that hallway. There are 8 total units, each about 41 inches wide, and that's where it gets to 23,600, and that has glass on the inside. Or, so you can still put trophies and other things in it. And then the last one I got was the T&L quote, and he did 3 things. He gave us 3 quotes in one. That first one was just for 15 inches lower, so you come down from where they are now with a 15-inch cabinet with glass in the front. And then the next one is if you wanted to go all the way to the floor for that 9,500, and then the final one would be the and it'd be 15 inches down, but it wouldn't hold anything. It would just be like a piece of wood down and then back to the wall for the 5,250. I have no idea why the price is so different. Because you look at the first one and it's 23,000, and you look at this one, the way I'm reading it anyway, option number 2 is at 9,500.
Which is gonna be comparable to the other quote, correct?
Right. So I don't know why one is close to 10,000, the other one is 23,000.
That's who I just got for my building too, and he's been a lot under what other guys are right now.
Are they?
Yeah. I don't know why he is, but I've had him do 2 other projects in the past, my house and my cabin, and he did good work on both of them.
Oh.
So, yeah, his quality's there for sure.
And then the only other option would be for us to do it ourselves. Once school is out, BJ and Neil and I build our own. Pricing out material, you're close to that $10,000 just in material.
Well, what's the 15-inch thing? That doesn't get us low enough, does it?
Yes,
No, if we just
Yep.
added 15 inches.
we're 15
somewhere.
inches too high.
Okay.
I don't know how they figure that out, but yeah.
Because it was that include the cabinet that was right here by the front desk too?
The only other thing that was the AED machine.
Okay.
And he said as long as we keep a trash can under there, we're good. Cause then
Yeah.
their cane or whatever would hit the trash can.
The only thing we gotta add to is the trophy case down all the way there.
Yep, yeah.
The 9,500, was that glass doors or was that choice of door profiles? Was that a solid door? Is that gonna be a glass door? You can use it like a trophy case if you want, or?
Oh. That I'd have to call them. The way it's reading, I'm guessing it's not glass door. Maybe that's why the price is so off. Cause glass doors would be quite a bit more expensive than a wood door.
Isn't the one above it the glass?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was, but it was only 50
I don't
inches
know
tall.
that it's much more because you still have the wood outside frame and.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I just
I
thought,
don't know where
Well, the glass, it'd have to be tempered,
right.
so.
we need to decide this meeting, or can we get clarification on this quote? What
We
it
can
is?
get clarification, yeah. The due date is the end of July,
Okay. So we're gonna-
so we could, I think February would be fine to,
Yeah, I would just get it down to one single quote.
Yeah.
The full height one. I guess that's my opinion. What do you guys think?
I would say the full height.
Full height, put glass doors in it.
okay.
No, that's fine.
I will do that, and I'll bring it back for February.
Anything else on that? Anybody have anything? Okay, move on to the Taylor Building Access Fob quotes.
Okay, so those first three quotes, quote 1, 2, and 3, are all from the same company. That's ETS, they're the same company that did ours. And quote 1 and 2 are just a little bit different, dealing, I think quote 2 takes a door out. And then quote 3 is actually the cost of a door, because they're saying we would have to replace a couple doors so the fobs would work. The quote on quote 1 to do everything is at $25,630, and that's blow it up here. So that's one interior door, so that would be the one in the main entrance. Right now it has a mag lock on it, but to change it to a different lock. Door 6 and door 7, those are the, no, door 6 is the door down by the bathrooms, where the sidewalk comes in, so they can put their coats in and stuff away when they go to lunch and to PE. Door 7 and 8 are the portable doors. The north and south doors on the portable. So that's doing all 4 of those doors. Readers, including a video system, so the office could let somebody into the portable from the office, or let somebody into the school, you know, from either of those. The only thing is, and it says here, this does not include the cost of the doors. Yeah, installation of the strikes and strike power supplies on door 6 shall be by others, Viking Glass providing a separate estimate. So it would be about 25, which I thought
That's what it looks like.
was really, really
We
expensive.
have them, because they're the same ones that we already got here. We have fobs already, right?
Yes,
Yeah, so it'd be the same fobs that they're using over here.
yeah.
Do you guys have any fob entry doors right now?
Just the west one.
The west, the main entry door is fob entry right now.
Just the interior, not the
Not
exterior.
exterior.
Quote 2 takes off door 6. So this would just be the main entrance door and the 2 doors on the portable. And that's still $22,680.
The fire alarm, it says on this first one that the fire alarm relay will need to be mounted near the mag lock control if not already in place. Is that all been figured out with you guys getting that installed?
No,
So that's gonna be an addition.
that would be an additional. Because currently, and I was gonna ask you, but I don't think it is, it's supposed to, when the fire alarm goes off, the mag lock's supposed to open. So it's not stopping firemen from getting in or people from getting out. It's supposed to have a relay there, so that's connected to the fire alarm system for the door. And I don't think it does.
I'm gonna go with no, cause Bonnie's always trying to wave at the thing to get it to trigger to let us out. So it must not be tripping it or connected
Right.
that way.
So, and then the other problem with the mag lock that's there, if the power goes off, it's open. The door's open. Whereas the other way, it's latched, so if the power goes off, it still stays locked.
So did we like have this in our budget and like did we know that this was
Did you
Not
get-
exactly.
Did you get quotes from?
I didn't get them yet. And then the third one was the doors from Viking Glass, and then the last one was from Caves. Dave said he got a quote from Caves and they were pretty reasonable. And he came out, did an inspection, walked around. I just haven't gotten his quote back, but from what Lindsay said, he sounded like it would be a lot more reasonable than
He
what this
didn't
is.
mention anything to me about needing to change out the doors. And I just flat out asked him, cause this guy didn't say, like ETS didn't first say that, and then all of a sudden they were like, oh, sorry, we gotta change your door. So like I just asked him, I'm like, are our doors an issue? Like the handles we have on the door, like is that a problem? But he did talk a lot about the mag locks, like they would all need the similar mag lock like we have on the door right now. Still with the system buzzing into the office, like he was gonna quote all of that.
What about server security updates?
I didn't reach out to them.
Yeah, I think they would be able to do something like that too.
Right.
Yeah, they weren't getting the quote on that.
And he did say, the gentleman from Caves that was out said that obviously you pay most for labor, like it's not like the parts that are the issue, it's the labor. So he did look at like where all of our wiring and stuff ran so that, and he was gonna quote like the top, like if he had to run all the way from the office to each door, but obviously he's gonna be able to tie in closer somewhere than from the office down to the other door. But he said he would just quote it that way so that we would have like a top, and then whatever we don't want or don't need, he'll just take off.
Yeah,
So that'll look a little bit different.
yeah,
On
and
his.
we asked him to write the quote, so yeah, like Lindsay said, we can just, let's say we don't want to do door 8. I mean, do we really need to do the north side of the portable? If we have a fob on the south side, I don't think we really need one on the north side, so then we could cut that off and, you know, bring the costs down.
Yeah, you're really not using that door for anything, or just the emergency exit is all.
Yeah,
And Russ and I did also talk about the other, like the north door on the main building is really kind of a necessity, but the bottom south door maybe would not be. So like if we need to start eliminating some things budget wise, like there are options for things that we really do need to do more urgently than others.
right.
So,
Yeah, I was blown away with the first quote,
It's a lot.
that's a lot.
Is there a backup generator over there at all? Is this school have one? Nothing, either one?
No.
Just curious.
I bet there'd be grants out there to apply for something like that.
Probably, yeah. So I guess I put it on here just as a work in progress, we're still getting quotes, and I'll call that other place and,
Yeah, Cerberus, see what they can do.
They're pretty good guys over there too. Okay, anything else for old business?
Nope.
Okay, we'll move on to new business. Co-op meeting and discussion. We haven't heard anything back from them, from Hebron?
they're waiting to hear from us. So yeah, he's been calling, they had a community meeting, their board still feels like they would want to do everything at once. I'm not still for sure about track and volleyball, but it sounds like they would wanna do those two, but it sounds like they're kind of waiting for us to say we wanna do everything as well, and then they could jump on. They had a community meeting, from their community meeting, there really wasn't a lot of pushback. The main questions came up were the ones that we talked about at our meeting, which was, one of the main questions was practices, another one was games. And then that would all have to be worked out with, you know, how many games would you have in Hebron, how many games would you have here, where would you have practices? It would be really nice to have another gym for practices, cause then possibly practices could get over sooner, or all the practices. I guess the main thing is for us to decide if we want to have a community meeting. And then if we do, we should do that this month, so then in February, we should have a decision by February, because that's the girls' basketball is over in February, and we have to submit our application before the end of the season.
So how does that work then with ADs? Does each school have their own AD and
Yep.
like they?
Yep.
I think we should do a community meeting.
Yeah.
just to gather information and, yeah. I mean, I've asked some people their thoughts and, but aside from that, I think it would be a good idea. And that way everybody's involved and there's not any opportunity to say nobody asked.
Right, no, I agree. So then I'll look at the calendar and see when, probably have to be a Wednesday evening. I think we have activities all the other days. But between now and then our February meeting. And then I did put in the packet, you have, for those of you not at the meeting, the number 325 keeps us in class B. 162.5 keeps us in the B division. So as long as our number of 9 through 12 students stays under that 162.5, we would continue to be in the B division for basketball and the 9-man football. Football is completely different, so.
With football students.
Yeah.
And that's between both schools, those numbers have to be.
Right.
Can I ask what number we're at, like currently with, like, do we have an idea what we're at currently with just?
Yep. Right now, just us, we're at 92. And Hebron is at 44.
Is that the two combined? This is Glenelg and Hebron.
Right, the first column would be Glenelg and the second column would be Hebron.
Okay. And we have to stay under what?
162.5.
In my head, I transposed those and I said 26 and I'm like, oh.
So we're about 30 under. If you look, I also gave, I think I passed out, maybe I didn't. The numbers that Hebron said they'd be looking at. Did I not include those?
Yeah, it's on there.
Projected?
Sheet.
Yeah,
Put in the-
that's ours. Where's Hebron's?
This is
Okay.
the projected number in the sport.
Right. So you're looking at girls basketball, I think it was, I don't know where mine were. For girls basketball next year, varsity, you're looking at 6. Boys varsity basketball, you're looking at about 3 that would possibly come over. But we don't just count at 6 and 3, it counts the whole enrollment.
So what this is over here.
Ours is,
So
the
that's ours.
RT is ours. What we have this year. And then that other sheet of paper for Richardton, I kind of just, since it's 9 through 12, I just said if everything stayed the same, like 25, 26 this school year, we should be at 90 total. Next school year at 90, and then we start getting the larger classes into that 9th grade. So then we jump to 103, 97, back down to 89, 99, 104 for each of those consecutive years. But even with those, if Hebron stays about the same, it's still gonna be below that 162. Unless we get an influx of kids from somewhere. So. Or if they do.
And the one thing that was talked about too is if we did it, what is it, 2 years?
3.
3 years? So we would have to keep it for 3 years unless both sides mutually agreed to disband the co-op. So worst case, if things were not great, I mean, 3 years would be the length that we would have to do it. And then after that, you know, if things weren't going well, we could potentially change it, but just so everybody has all the information.
And that's what Belfield South Arc did, so they were in their co-op for over 3 years, and then when they went to 3 classes for basketball, they were able to split with no repercussions. Because they would have been Class A if they would have stayed together.
So you said they've got like FFA that we could co-op, so that would give our kids the ability to go to our FFA program. They got other things.
Their kids are interested in our speech and drama. FFA they talked about over there. There was something else over there. I can't remember.
Do you remember, John? I don't remember.
Is it FBLA?
That's what I was gonna say, I suppose.
They don't have that right now. They used to.
FCCL?
I don't know if that's not coming back.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. We'd have to ask.
I think if we do it, we should do them all. The only two that would be big numbers would be boys basketball and girls volleyball. But
On the volleyball, and they said they got 15 players, how many do they need for their own team?
well, that would absolutely support their own team.
But if we do all, then they've got to join our team rather than we couldn't have 2 separate teams for just volleyball then.
Right.
We
Yeah,
have
you
to
can-
combine them.
Yeah.
We've got pretty high numbers in our volleyball program too, don't we?
Is
And
this
then-
combined like from 7th through 12th then? Like, it would be all this, like,
Well, it'd be-
earlier even.
As far as like,
yeah, like, is it the co-op starting like from Pee-wee on, or whatever you wanna call it, like?
well, there's kind of a lot of discussion about that too, about even doing just like even combining elementary and everything, just so then they're kind of getting acclimated the whole way rather than just starting at 7th grade. I don't know. I think with the elementary kids, that's a lot tougher to pull off with
It's a lot.
practices and everything else.
Not
and
only
games
that,
and-
just having that many more kids in there for the coach at that age is difficult.
Well, and I think you could kind of split off elementary into 2 different teams, you know, if we had to.
Yeah, they're
There's
not,
a few schools
elementary
that
is
do that.
not supervised by high school
Right.
activities, so you could do.
So you could take like boys basketball, for example, elementary boys, we've got 23, they've got 9. Do 2 teams of them, split them up so they're not practicing at the same time or whatever.
Right, yeah. So I guess the next step would be then, what's on your calendars for a community meeting?
21st works, but that's next week.
So
28th.
21st is November.
28th I work, and the 4th I work.
And I mean, for a community meeting, we could do a Sunday, if we had to.
Yeah,
Well, and even if we don't get it by February, by the next meeting, there was what was it, like $250 fee or something like that?
$500,
$500 fee.
yeah. And that could be, I'm sure we'd split that between the 2 districts.
Why can't we do it on any other night of the week? I mean, you're not gonna get 200 people in here, you might get 15.
No, I know, but you've got
A lot of people gone
Yeah.
if there's a game or something.
Yeah.
different games and activities and everything else going on where you you might not get the people that would come to come.
Yeah.
The 25th or the 1st work for me, if you wanna do it in the evening on a Sunday.
Our next, that can't be right. Our next board meeting is the 11th. We could do it before the board meeting.
I mean, but if we're starting our board meeting at 6, how many people would you be able to get here by?
Yeah,
I wanted to have ample opportunity for people to be able to come.
right.
And I think this will spark some conversation too, probably.
Showing
Good
for
bunch of
February
people together.
2nd so far. It's a Monday.
Oh, it's a Monday. Yeah, February 2nd, there's nothing on that.
I don't know how many people celebrate Groundhog Day, but
You just changed it. Unless it was missed up again, but there's something, but there's nothing.
Yeah, I don't have it on mine either. How's February 2nd look for,
I'm good with that.
I can make that work.
6th, 7?
6.
I don't even think about that.
Really?
Junior high.
7 or 6, how about that?
6.
6?
Putting this in the paper, or how are you planning on advertising this?
We'll put it in the paper, we'll do our all call and we'll put it on the website as well. So, does the paper come out before the 2nd?
Time, right, Bunny? Think so.
Yeah, okay.
I just know you know that schedule.
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we would have to do it in gym.
Gym, music room, wherever you think, I guess. Lunchroom,
I
depending
guess-
on how many people show up. Where would
That's
you
what I'm
like?
wondering. I don't know, because then we'd have to look at practice
Practice.
schedules or whatever too.
It'd almost be best to do it in the lunchroom or the music room.
That's what I was thinking. We could, yeah, lunchroom would hold more than the music room, so if we scheduled it for the lunchroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, tables down?
I would assume that.
What
Yeah.
direction?
Facing the Raiders,
Diagonal one?
Whatever way you think would work the best.
facing the gym.
Fine.
One big square, so everybody's looking at each other.
Show anything on
Do
the
you
screen.
Yeah, well, do you want a screen out there?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt just
Yeah.
so we can show the numbers and.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Expected success, council guidance.
So, just to make it official, we have a guidance document. And at our first Expect Success meeting, we went over it and we would like to, the board to approve it, what we have. So it is in your team folder. And then it talks about the operating guidelines, what the official name is, who the members are, how they get selected, and meeting times, task forces, and how decisions are made. Again, with this, any decision made at the Expect Success council is a recommendation that will come to the board. So they're not a decision-making entity. Everything still comes through the board for approval.
So we just need an approval to,
Just approve these as the guidelines. Or if you have any suggestions for changes or anything.
I'll move to approve the Expect Success Council Guidance sheet as presented.
okay, we have a motion, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of the Expect Success Council guidance, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Yeah, I know you two volunteered to be on that board, but said they wanted a backup, I can be the backup if you guys want. We can make it or whatever, just let me know.
Okay, English Learner Program Evaluation Review.
So, we work with work for a coordinator, for our EL coordinator. We do program evaluation every year, and I had the understanding that we had one at each school. We did not. So what we did is, this is the one that took place in September, with Mrs. Tutterow, and then the EL coordinator, Teresa, and then myself, but we're trying to do a lot of things where all the documents match K through 12. So we added Lindsay on there so Lindsay can have this document. We put all our schools, or all of our numbers on together. This just shows our student enrollment for our EL learning students, and it tells you the amounts of students, and it talks about the ones that have reached proficiency so far since they've started school here. And they have to pass an access test at a level of a 4.5 to actually exit out. If they don't meet that 4.5, it shows us 4 different areas that the teachers need to work on, and then we need to make sure that we schedule them for extra English language learning. So Mrs. Tutterow provides ELL learning through National Geographic curriculum for 30 minutes in the day for some of our students, and then if they're not high school students, Mrs. Bartz has provided those minutes in the past. And I don't, yours is through title and classroom teachers also, right?
Yeah, and some parent.
Yeah, and the whole goal is to mainstream them in the classroom as much as possible and only pull out when necessary. So some of our older students are just getting extra English classes like creative writing or speech. And so we just track everything, we review everything, make sure things are working for the students, and all of our students, yours also, because I looked at your sheets, all of our students are progressing pretty well, grade-wise, understanding-wise, learning-wise. So I guess we have no concerns at this time that we need to change anything at this time, but we'll come up here 2 weeks or 3 weeks, about 2 weeks, we start our access test for all of them again. So she'll be working between our 2 schools and then she'll go to different schools. So she's scheduling to come out and reassess them and see what we need to do moving forward. We did have one student in the past that tested out of the EL services and then also got a sealed by letter C, which is really cool because then that's on their graduation certificate. So that student that went through graduation also had that. So that's helpful for college, but also for certain jobs that to be bilateral and help in different positions. So it's just really a review of it. You don't have to vote on anything. It's just to show you what we're doing so far. And if you have time to read through it, you can ask questions now. But if not, you can call Lindsay or I and ask other questions about how we monitor our students and use our test scores like we do every other student actually. So, other than just the access test.
Yeah, and this is also an item that goes into our monitoring, so.
Just that the board needs to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see an error
Oh yeah, where?
on where it says 4 and then in parentheses it says 3
Uh-oh.
on the first paragraph.
In the second paragraph, it says 2, and then it's parentheses 3.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you.
You don't need me to re-sign that, right?
No.
No, back
No.
page, check the back page.
Good.
Just
Just fix the edits and.
Scan it to be able to re-sign a 30th time.
No, we'll be good.
Here it is. Oh.
Does anybody have any questions on that right now?
So just to clarify, it is actually 3 EL students at this time and we're monitoring 2, so we have 5 total this time. I am gaining another one by the end of the week, according to phone calls. And then the bottom one is actually two students that have exited. Oh, 3, it's actually 3, sorry,
Oh, so the numbers were right.
the number was right, yep.
Okay, move on to Title I and ELD position discussion.
Lindsay did that during her principal report, so we're good to go.
Okay. We'll move on to the open enrollment tuition waiver.
So before March of every year, students that are on a tuition waiver, if they want to stay here, they have to do an open enrollment. So the majority of these are students that we already have. They'll just be transitioning from a tuition waiver to an open enrollment.
I think we might be missing a few yet, but they have to learn, so
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 that's,
this isn't adding anybody new.
not this group.
this one is, that one's not.
Okay.
So the first group is not adding anybody new, but we would still need, I don't know if you want to read the names and then just approve them all at once or how you want to do it. There's quite a few.
I don't know what's the best way to do this.
Will you read the names so Misty and I can make sure that they're actually here? Just to make sure we didn't miss somebody in the chaos and you approve it, and then what are we gonna do?
Okay, so we've
Please.
got Brandt, is that Brandt?
Bryant?
Bryant, okay, it's kind
Oh.
of stuck together there, so I couldn't tell what it was.
Patrick Bryant.
Is that all I need to do, or do you want me to do?
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
fine.
Lesh. Coker. Garcia. Garcia. Martin.
That's a new one, sorry.
Oh,
is-
that one will be new.
That's a preschool.
Preschool.
She didn't wanna miss,
That's
The
Mrs.
date.
Martin, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be a new, she's not currently.
They won't, she doesn't start preschool until
Next school year.
next year.
Oh, okay.
actually, I think she's getting.
No, it's preschool, she's in preschool.
It says going into preschool.
Okay. Husey,
Halsey, H-U-L. Maybe.
looks like a U. Does that not look like a U?
It looks like
Okay.
Bowling's not nice, but
Thurman.
What
And
is that one?
Halsey.
Talk about that one, what does that say?
Thurman, 6th grade, current grade level.
First name?
Grayson.
Yes.
Same family, different name.
Yep.
Halsey would be. And then, Bonnie, do we have one from Bronner's?
That's
That one,
That's a
okay,
new one.
got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, do we have a motion to accept the open enrollment applications for the students listed?
Make a motion to accept the open enrollment application.
We have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Just hang on to these then.
Yeah, you have to sign them, yep. And then this one was for Martin and she'll be a new preschooler in the fall.
Okay. Is there a motion to accept the open enrollment for Martin?
Either one. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
And then this last one is new. They did start already, but we need to have the tuition agreement for this year and then the open enrollment for next year.
Can we do it all in one or did it
Yeah.
be separated?
You know, you can do it all in one.
Okay, so they're already here, so we're good?
Yep.
Okay. Do we have a motion for the tuition agreement and the open enrollment?
That's a move.
Your second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. Now the fun stuff. Policies.
Okay, so Cognia is our school approval and accreditation group or company. And for the school approval and accreditation, they require these policies to be in place. So all these policies are just like our required ones that we have. There isn't really a lot we can change. Principals look through them. Again, they're really, you can't make any changes to them. So the ones that say only need one reading, you can add that to your motion. The ones that say do not approve, those are either exhibits or they are administrative regulations, which we do not approve either. But I just thought I'd put them in there for you to take a look at last month when they're originally on the agenda. So you can do them all at once. If you want to go through them individually, we can do that. It's really up
Like
to
on
you
the
guys.
first one, don't we have to pick on a couple things, like option one or option two?
ACF.
Cause you commented on there to do, you would suggest option two.
Oh yeah, that's right. So that first one, Protections False Claims Act. So option one would be adding community member, or option two would be adding or the complainant's immediate family members. I think option two makes more sense with that portion of the rule. And then the grievance procedure, I don't think we need that option in there at all. And then that last statement, notice of policy, I would recommend will instead of should. Or maybe I wouldn't, because this talks about contractors too that come in and volunteers.
Which part?
It's
not saying that.
on
Oh,
page two,
over here.
Yeah.
Notice, oh, okay.
notice of policy.
I wanna go with should on that one,
Should
just in
might
case
be.
somebody gets forgot along the way.
Yep, yep.
you gotta define all the family members as immediate family then? If you go option 2 on that one.
We already have that defined in,
Okay.
like our handbooks.
Does anybody have any questions on this one?
Just gotta pick the options, I guess, right? So
Yeah.
pick option 2 for the top one.
And get rid of that other option.
It doesn't hurt to leave it in there either, does it?
No.
They're gonna do it whether it's in a policy or not. If they're mad at the whole board, they're gonna go to the county superintendent anyway.
Is that a motion?
I think you can leave that as a new motion.
Yeah, I don't know if it matters.
Yeah, I don't think it matters, so I'd leave that in there and go with shit on that one, so,
Leave it in, you said?
yeah.
Okay.
And then should for the third one, or both of them should be should. So this will be a first reading then?
Yep.
I'll move to accept first reading ACF with the options we chose.
Okay, we have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. School board ethics.
School board ethics, this is one with no options.
Okay.
Move to accept first reading of EA school board ethics as presented.
Is there a second? Okay, we have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Alright, BA, BR1.
So it goes with BA, and it's a board regulation, so it only takes one reading, so you could either approve it now or you can wait until the second reading of BA and do all three of them together.
Do we have to decide on that number 4?
So that can be in there over there then. That way it's bold like that.
Yeah, you could either add it in or you can delete it, since it's bolded and in brackets.
I would think you'd want to leave that in there, right?
I would think so.
And then that 2/3, you can take out and just have majority vote, or you can leave in a 2/3. With 5 board members, 2/3 would be,
Majority anyway.
yeah,
Because you're censoring one of them, I'm assuming.
right.
They vote.
So 2/3 would be 4 then, wouldn't it?
I think you'd need.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Yeah, you'd need all 4.
Whereas if you just did majority, 3 would.
Yeah, as long as it has
Yeah. But if it's coming down to that, you would want everybody to kind of be on board with that.
Yeah.
I would leave the 2/3 in there.
Okay.
If it's that serious that's come to that, then the other 4 would have to be on board with it.
Again, you could either approve it now or you can wait until BA.
I move to approve it with leaving number 4 in there as it is
With the 2/3.
with the 2/3.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. BABR2,
There's no options.
I move to approve BABR2.
Second.
we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. BDAE,
That's an exhibit, so that's like paperwork, where if somebody uses BDA, we would use this for to collect what they would want to do.
okay.
Doesn't need a vote in case we need to change it.
Okay, we'll move on to DFA, teacher evaluation. Doesn't look like there's anything changing in there.
Nothing changed.
No, that's just saying that we are conducting evaluations, which the law already states, so.
That one needs 2 readings. I'll move to accept first reading at the FAA.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. DFAAR,
It's another one, doesn't need a vote, it's just an administrative regulation, just tells us how we go about evaluating.
okay, we'll move on to DGGA, professional development plan. Looks like there's any changes that can be made. Oh, wait.
The
Student achievement.
first paragraph, the bold, I would leave in. So it's just ensuring that whatever plan we make, it's developed through a needs assessment and aligned with the goals of the district. And then that last one, how it's evaluated on specific plan evaluation criteria developed by, and then your choices, the board, the superintendent. And then that last sentence, student achievement and performance shall be one factor used in evaluating the plan, whether or not you want to keep that in there.
I would say
Yeah,
keep it
I
in.
think that stays in there.
Keep it in?
Yeah.
And then keep it as the superintendent? Okay,
Move to accept first reading at DGGA.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. DGAA, or, yeah, A. GAAAA.
the only decision is to have a curriculum committee, and the committee shall be comprised of board members, superintendent, principals, curriculum director, parents, and as appointed annually by the board president. We have not done this. This is a new policy for us. We don't have a curriculum director, so that's why I scratched that out.
Don't we have a curriculum committee for, like, amongst us, because I'm pretty sure I'm on it.
For just the board, but it's not like,
Okay.
it's not set
But
up
that
like
doesn't
this.
mean that I have to do this part, like
Right.
that's something else.
Well, you need to just.
Well, you would be on
Kinda
here,
handy,
but
but
yeah.
Yeah. I'm really confused.
And that's because there's two people
Right.
on the curriculum committee already, so do we need 2 board members on that?
I think there is 2 of us on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually 2 on everything. Who else is with you? Am I on there? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's Damien.
Then do we have the stuff below?
The number 3 saying standards, I don't know what they mean by world-class standards. Whereas number 1 covers it for us based upon the state standards.
On there though, you've got this.
Yeah, and then the other bold, you can decide whether you want to keep that in or remove it.
I don't have the same one as you. I don't have the crossed out.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh, it's just blank there.
Ours is just blank.
It said world-class standards. I don't know why it's not showing up there.
Mine's showing up.
Mine is too.
Oh, we two got world class? I don't got. Blank number 3.
We're world class.
Alright. Must be the side of the table. You got world class?
You do?
Did you open it in the link or in the folder?
In the link.
Should be the same.
So do we wanna leave those in?
Do we already do the experimental programs and projects under that? Do we already do that? Like part of the budget thing?
No, we do not.
Or do we want that in?
I would say the first bold you wouldn't need.
The furthermore part?
Yeah. The second one, I guess, I mean, part of the budget we do use for that, but it's not, we don't set it up as that, if that makes sense.
Specifically allocated to it.
Yeah,
Right.
I would leave that out, cause that kind of,
Locks you into having to do it.
It's kind of at the discretion of the administrator. You want the furthermore? I would just, when you pick curriculum, then you would explain why, I guess is how I'm reading it.
Yeah, so I don't think that's bad. We could leave that in there, can we?
I'm fine with leaving it in there.
Okay,
It's like it's just explaining what you're doing there.
Yeah.
Are we taking it or leaving it?
I could leave it furthermore.
That's struck in mine.
It's not struck in
Not
I just highlighted it.
Oh, well, if your cursor's over it, it strikes it. My cursor's in the wrong spot. My bad. Cursor yourself. Yeah, no, move it over to the side.
okay. I think that one, everything else is what it is.
Do we wanna strike that we gotta?
Yeah.
Strike the second one then?
Yep, he's got that in there.
I got it.
Oh. That's not down here.
Move your cursor around.
Doesn't change on mine. I don't have the interactive one.
Did you download it?
No, I pulled it right off the link.
So weird.
Just click on it on here.
Alright, do we get to the bottom one or no? Yeah, I'll move to accept first reading of GAAAM.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. GAAB.
No changes in this one, just saying that we're gonna, whatever we adopt, we're gonna follow the law. And I'm responsible for making sure we are.
I will second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. GAAB.
Are we in the same now?
GAAC, yep.
GAAC.
I gotta be. Or no,
We
said
did that one, yep.
C. All right.
No changes can be made.
Move to accept first reading of GAAC.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. GAACBR.
This would be approved in one reading, and it's to set up a committee if somebody complains about something with our curriculum. Set up who the meeting is, and then the process for reviewing the material.
Is this something that we can't change or can change?
It doesn't look like it can be changed.
Do we have a lot of complaints about our curriculum? Have we had anything like that?
Once in a
'Cause I guess I
while,
would be,
About the curriculum?
certain parts of curriculums, once in a while it's happened.
I wouldn't be opposed to knowing what's getting brought up and what the problems are, because right now we're not listed, doesn't look like. And obviously if it's constantly be getting brought up and we don't know about it, well, there's nothing we can do about it.
I don't think
I don't
there,
necessarily.
since I've been here, there hasn't
There
been.
hasn't been
Are you
anything
talking
for
like
like 3
formal,
years.
like formal complaint? Like does it have to be a formal thing?
Well, we take it
Or-
as a formal if you have
Yeah.
a question about our curriculum or different things, yeah. But it's happened a couple times in the past. I don't know, 6, 7 years.
Yes, you did.
Do we need to pick who's on the committee right away then?
I mean, kind of, can we add to it? Or is it just kind of is what it is?
The committee shall be composed of the following individuals as selected by the superintendent. I don't know why you couldn't add somebody.
What do they mean by a media specialist?
Librarian,
Librarian? Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Do we want to add a board member to it?
Well, I feel like it's weird that a board member helps pick the like curriculum, but then there's complaints, but then
Right.
you know, like
Can you find out if we can add to that? Cause this one needs one reading, right?
Yeah, this
So
one
we
needs
can
one
do it
reading. Yep,
Next meeting?
yep.
Okay, let's do that. All right, we'll move on to GAACE1.
That's an exhibit, you don't need to approve it.
So the reason that this doesn't have a board member is so the committee comes up with a recommendation and then brings it back to the board.
Oh, I guess I missed that.
Gotta read down to the bottom.
But I don't think it would still hurt to have a board member.
It
On
doesn't
there.
have it on there, but that's the reason they don't have one up there. Because
Yeah.
They just, yeah.
Cause with
Committee gets
anything
together
else,
with
any
the
of our other committees, the board members
Yeah.
would still come with a recommendation.
Yeah, more
Yeah.
what I was interested in, just knowing that we were having complaints, I guess, that I don't
Right.
necessarily need to be there for the deciding factors, but
Yeah.
for the,
Yeah, the board's ruling is final.
Well, regardless, we can.
Yeah, we can do it next time still.
Yep, I'll check it out.
Okay, GAACE1, also one that you have for do not approve, so that's
Yep, that's just
guidance.
the report paperwork.
Okay, GAACE2,
Same thing.
GAACE3, same thing.
Same thing.
GAACE4 is the same thing.
Yep.
GAAD. Doesn't look like there's anything that we can change.
No.
So you just need a motion.
First
Yep.
reading.
The AAD.
GAD.
I move to approve the first reading of the GAAD.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. GABDA.
It's not loading for me.
Nothing to change. I move to approve.
Second.
Motion and second, is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. GCAA.
This is just saying how we're gonna measure student progress, evaluate it based on state, and then the option is to add in local achievement standards, course content standards, and educational goals and objectives as established. At first I said not sure if we need it, but I think we do, because that would be like your classroom grades, that would be your local assessments.
Okay, I can do that in.
The rest I don't think you can change.
Move to accept first reading of GCAA.
Second. We have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. GCAAR.
So this one isn't approved, but one thing that that always comes up in a school if you're talking about promotion and retention is parents. So this is, you can include in consultation with parents, or you can take it out. I think you would always talk to the parents.
That's right.
I don't see any problem with leaving that in there. But it doesn't need approval by the board.
Okay,
This one don't need an approval.
No.
But why doesn't it?
I guess because it goes along with GCAA, this is just how we would go about it.
Okay.
GCBA. Looks like there's a couple things in there.
Right now, we use option 1. Option 2 would be you'd have your academic performance only. So it wouldn't be any behavioral type stuff.
What's the benefit of not just doing it on academic?
I think we should have two. We should have an academic grade and then kind of a behavior grade. Cause you still, I mean, part of school is still, are they turning stuff in on time? Is it, you know,
But
are they behaving in class? And
If they don't turn it in on time and they don't get credit for it, that would end up being academic, not?
no. Academic is whether they can do it or not if they choose to do it.
It was different when I was a kid.
Well,
It
we
was.
always got dock, you got dock points if it was late, so then your academic score would go down if you turned it in late.
Right, and people would argue, why is your academic score going down for a behavior?
Mhm.
You did it right, why should you have a lower grade for doing something right? Because you didn't turn it in on
You
time.
didn't do it on time.
So when
Just
you
plain
get,
devil's advocate.
so when you get a report card, you get a report card that gives you your academic and then also your participation?
Some schools do that, and then some schools, it's all in one. Like, what we currently do, it's all in one.
You
So-
want to say that standard-based grading does not take
Any
any of the behaviors into consideration. So those that are still standard-based grading, it is just on proficiency
Right.
in academics. So that is like, for those of you that have the students that are still doing standard-based grading, it does not take like classroom participation or when your work is turned in. It is based on whether you can do the academics or not.
So then essentially you can't penalize them for turning it in late with option two? Is that what you're trying to say?
Right,
And you can with option one?
correct.
That's weird.
I mean, attendance is
That,
another one.
that's my
Yeah.
issue with it, is
Yeah.
the gentle parenting and also like we're just pushing people along that. Because to me, I look at it and I look and see that, okay, you're not doing great in school, but man, you are great in class and you're a big helper, so we're just gonna give you a little bit extra to bring your grade up, and that's
But on the
That's
flip
not what
side, though, is if you're not turning it in on time, option two is saying that doesn't matter, they got it done right.
no, I don't disagree, yeah. It seems screwy, but when I look at it, that's my issue with the participation and the other stuff that goes along with it.
Right now, our missing grades line up that they're ineligible if they have, like, we check Wednesday. If we have a report where teachers can mark missing on anything that is missing, and then we run a report with regular grades, so eligibility is missing work and Fs. And so if the students have missing work on Wednesday, then, like at the end of Wednesday, then they're ineligible through the next Wednesday.
But that's only for kids that are involved in extracurriculars.
True.
Right.
I'm just,
Right.
yeah, that is true.
Then that's why some schools are going to an academic grade and a behavior grade. So they're splitting them out. So yes, they know how to do everything, but they're struggling getting it in on time, showing up to class, whatever it may
So
be.
then
that?
what's like the penalty, like,
Yeah, so
well,
how do you,
shame
what's
on
their
you,
grade?
like,
Yeah, does it
you're,
go on your GPA then?
Right.
Does it
Well,
bring your
you're-
GPA down,
No,
so that it's
But-
useless.
but your penalty could be detentions or having to stay because of missing work, or it's more of a
Can't you do
a
detention
consequence.
because of that anyway?
Yeah. Like I said, we currently use option one.
The way it feels is that if you do it the way you're talking, you're just making more work for the teachers.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, we used to have those behavior standards where we've gone back and forth with different options of what they call a behavior standard, where you score them on a 1, 2, 3, 4, just like you do academic standards. But yes, we gave the teachers a whole bunch more work and they entered them in and they sat there. Like, there was no what are we gonna do with them now? Like, if they're, you could see patterns with them, but that was pretty much it.
And the other thing on the flip side of that, well, actually not necessarily against that, but in high school, what you're seeing is if they don't get it in on time, the teachers don't have time to reteach. Like, a lot of teachers will let students redo things, but if they don't get it in on time, then you're legging everything. So it is a struggle sometimes.
one, I think you gotta have participation in there for something like ed class. What else would you grade on?
They have standards too.
Standards too.
But they do include,
Participation.
and then you have your CTE classes, that's part of their grading system, is their work ethic.
I think option one gives,
Well, we've got attendance in there, so the kids that miss a lot of school, does their grade go down?
Currently, no.
Yeah.
I know.
And the fight with that is you have kids who have no control over that.
Yeah.
Like when my kids don't show up to school, when our elementary kids don't show up to school, it's because mom didn't get them up for school, or so can you penalize them for that when they have no control over that situation?
Yeah.
What would you prefer?
I would prefer to penalize the parents.
That'd be great.
That is not in that one.
How do you wanna write that in there?
Option one gives us more options.
Right.
So it would allow the teachers to grade, like Neil, I'm sure, with CTE courses, he has to grade on class participation. If you go strictly on option two, he wouldn't be able to. Or PE, for example.
Option one seems like it gives the teachers more freedom to.
More flexibility.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree with having them have some flexibility. I just don't wanna see kids falling behind because they're great kids, but they're not doing the work or can't do the work, or they're falling behind on their grades.
Right.
So I don't know how to get around that, but I know that I'm sure it is difficult to watch somebody fall behind as a student, but they're a really great student or a really great kid in class, and I just, like, there's nothing for us to look at later if they end up with an A or B because they're getting extra points for participation and that kind of stuff. Our standard, or like, we can't look at that and get any kind of real value out of it.
Right. The only thing you would compare is if they have an A in math or whatever, but they're scoring non-proficient on their state assessment or on their other assessments. Then there's how are they having an A in math and not proficient?
Is that something that we look at?
so we wanna have option one. That looks like that's it for that one.
So attendance has to stay in there? Seems odd. Like, I mean, I want people to attend school, but like she said, if someone can't be there, but they're doing well in class. Can't,
Oh, I think this stuff that's in the brackets we can change, can't we? Or can we not change that?
I just, I don't know.
Do we have an attendance policy in there?
We do, and we work really
Yeah.
hard at it, and sometimes it's hard, but it's for very few and sometimes out of their control.
Yeah.
Not
And then-
always.
And attendance too at the state level. I mean, you can withhold credit if they miss so many days.
But does it say that it has to be based on attendance? Like, doesn't it say like just on a number of factors, so
Right.
it doesn't necessarily have to include attendance? Isn't that?
I would say that that's the leeway that the teachers get to
Yeah,
choose.
Yeah,
like
that's
that's how
what-
I took it.
Yeah, cause it's based on a number of factors, which include kinda, yeah.
Any or all of them, looks like it.
That's how I read it too.
Yeah, I mean, attendance does play a direct role in their academics. So like, even though you're not purposefully deducting from their grade due to their attendance, it's going to affect their grade. Like if they're not in class to learn it and they're trying to make it all up on their own, it's going to affect their academics indirectly, I guess you could say.
And then the second part, in the grievances, grading grievances. We'll keep attendance records in there. I got rid of may and did shall, because if there is a grievance coming from a student or a parent, the principal should consult with the classroom teacher and the student. I mean, I don't know how they can make a decision if they don't.
Right.
And then it needs to be done in a reasonable time. Any other questions on that one?
Move to accept first reading of GCBA with option 1.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. HCAA purchasing.
This is, we didn't have a policy, but this is what we started to do with our web link, that everything needs to go through a procedure for purchasing. And then I asked Amber to look through this. I don't think you found anything out of line with any of it. I think all the bold we would keep in.
This is one that we just came up with, and this wasn't School Board Association, or where did this one come from?
School Board Association,
Okay.
yeah. It's part of the Cognia group.
So like, I go buy archery equipment out of that account, right now I just go to the front desk and we order the stuff we need, we get it coming, you know? But it's always under the $10,000 threshold.
Right.
So what's the proper way to do it? Then I would need to get Misty's approval before I would do it, cause it would go to the building level administrator.
Yeah, it would go through the procurement system, which goes through you would submit it online, and then it would be sent to Misty, and then it sends it to me, and then I would approve it, and then it would send to Amber.
Okay.
Or you wanna get ahead of
Yeah, right,
Go ahead, take a minute.
Yeah. But those are kind of ones where we take the discretion, cause
you run your own
you
account.
run your own
That's just that
account.
we're on our own account.
Yeah. But that's where it gets touchy, because as a school board, any money we get in, it's your money. So even like pause, if you wanted to take pause's money and buy a new curriculum with it legally, you could.
Mhm.
Which is kinda touchy. I already talked to pause. They know.
She's aware.
Any other questions on this one?
I move to approve.
Is there a second? Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. HCAAR is just.
This, yep,
HC
nothing can be changed, no approval needed.
HCAAE.
Yep. Same thing.
HCAB. There's anything to change.
No, and this follows the state bidding requirements as well.
I move to approve HCAB first reading.
Second. Motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. HCAE.
Right now, I do not have a district credit card and I really don't want one. So I didn't choose whether to keep that bold in or not. That's up to you guys. And then the other thing is, right now we give you a list of bills and we don't put the receipts attached to it. Is that something you want? If not, we need to delete that.
I like the receipts attached. I think it just creates transparency for everything. If we have them, we're able to look at them. I have a hard time believing that we're not gonna support what you're doing, so.
So you want that in there?
I would leave that in there. That's my opinion on it.
Where's it?
It's right.
Number 5.
It's not on mine, so I can't tell you that.
Oh, really?
It's probably not on me either.
Nope.
And you're using the same link. That's
It's not there.
weird.
I don't have the worldwide approval like those guys do. Or whatever that was. The world class, that's what it was.
How much more work would that be?
That'd be a lot of work, cause you'd have to schedule over the document,
And
it would like,
then
Yeah, you image everything in it.
it wouldn't be an Excel sheet anymore.
Well, the only other thing you could do would be to just put a copy of the credit card receipt, but that's basically only giving me the same information that you're already putting in there, right? Right. Because it's not
Yeah,
gonna
but
be a
is this
detailed
just
receipt.
for credit cards or is this for every
This would
single?
be everything.
This would be everything.
So what the county does is she's got a monthly deal. And when we go to the board meeting, we get it just like you send it, but then she's got the accordion folder next to her, and if we have any questions, she's just got the receipts with her.
I have all
Okay,
those.
so.
And that's just if they're in her office, so we can go
Right.
get them.
But to upload would be a lot of
If we have
to
one,
upload them would be a lot of work,
I
yeah.
can see a lot, I guess I wasn't thinking of all the small receipts, I was more interested in the big ones, but if I have a question, I can go look at them too.
Yeah.
I don't want Amber to hate me, so.
I'd make Jody do it, so.
She don't talk to me when I sit by her.
I don't.
Oh,
yeah,
if it's
I don't-
Jody,
I don't think we need the receipts on the monthly bill list. I mean, we've got the amounts there. If we got questions, we can always look at the
Yeah.
receipt.
I'm fine with that. I rescind my motion.
you didn't make a motion.
Alright, so you taking out, you didn't want a credit card, you're gonna take that line off then? Who's got credit cards now? Jody's got one.
Well, this is different than a P card, right? Or would it be the same thing as a P card?
I think it would be the same thing as a P card.
Okay. It would be nice once in a while when they send me, since I live in Bismarck, and they send me to Sam's or Costco.
No,
Could you please? Before you come today.
But if we're thinking ahead, usually they can go online and purchase it and then I just pick it up. So it doesn't really matter to me.
And it is illegal to share cards,
It is illegal to share cards.
so we can't.
Well, can we just leave it in there even if you don't have one? And
Yeah.
that doesn't hurt anything.
yeah.
So I think if we take it out, then you can't get one.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And then, right now we do have, each school has their own petty cash, but we don't have a limit, I guess, to what we have in our petty cash, so I don't know if that's something you wanted to put in there. I mean, we do a good job making deposits, so I don't think we have thousands of dollars sitting around ever.
How much time, but I brought thousands of cash and handed
It gets
to her,
deposited right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm fine with your discretion on that. So if you set a dollar amount, then you just,
Petty cash really get high.
I don't think so.
I would say how much petty
I
cash
guess
is
it
usually
depends
there.
on your.
Could you guess that?
I know, when I used to do deposits, we always had just $200, like just, but that was kind of what we kept it at.
We don't have petty cash anymore.
We don't have any with them.
So that's like non-stamp anyway, that's what you're talking about. That would not be counted in that.
No, no, and so, right, they just have to have enough to pull for game
Yeah,
boxes,
we just
right?
have
Yeah.
Okay.
Money boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, that stays, that, I keep running in gate sales and concessions all around the same amount. So that's
Yeah.
technically not good. I mean,
Yeah.
it might be. It's for games, it's not for anything else.
Yeah, we had like $200 just in like ones or fives, just in case, like if kids need a change and just to make change basically.
I'm fine with leaving it the way it is.
There are times when we have to have a little bit more for like tournaments.
But
or
those
things like that.
we go and cash a check.
We do.
Right.
Yeah. And then, I didn't know if you wanted to list who has access to the petty cash. right now it'd be administration and administrative assistants.
I would say you should put who it can have access to it, not,
Yeah.
and like,
Who you guys want access to?
Bonnie and I are the only ones that have access over there, so.
And is that sufficient?
We're the two office ladies, Amber and myself, so we're fine. I mean, one of us is always here.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
And then the last one, petty cash fund shall be provided to the board audit committee monthly. Guess we never have put it on the. I guess with this policy though, you'd have to now.
Just add it to the activities fund account or something like that.
Yeah.
Have an audit committee?
We don't have an audit.
We don't
committee,
have an audit
so it'd be
committee,
the
no.
board.
Yeah, I suppose you listed on the activities fund.
So I'll just. Do that. Okay,
Anything else in this one?
the only last sentence. I don't think it's needed, because if it's a policy, she has to do it.
Yeah.
Or he, whoever it may be.
We need it.
That's it for that one.
The business manager shall read and agree to the
I'll move
policy.
to
which is-
Which one? Policy.
Oh, which letter was it? HCAE.
I move to approve HCAE.
There a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? Oops. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Oh, I have that linked to the wrong policy.
Yeah, I did it twice too.
It's got 400 tabs open. I don't know where you click on it.
You sound like a judgy dad.
100%. All right, HEAA.
We can look at it.
Yeah, that's the one he has the.
I'm pulling
It
it
goes
up.
back to the
Yeah.
AE.
Okay, here it is. This is talking about transferring items. We currently use option 2. Superintendent has the authority to transfer monies between and within major classifications of the general fund budget, so long as the total general fund budget is not overspent. So if we need to take something from one line item to another, we do it in-house. Option 1 would be all of those changes would have to come to board approval.
I think we can leave it that way we're doing it.
I'm good with option 2.
Because otherwise it'd be every time.
Mm-hmm.
Does it happen quite a bit? You're gonna, I suppose, yeah, a little bit
Towards
here,
when we're trying to
end of the year.
end of the year stuff,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm fine with.
Yeah, I'm good with 2.
Of that one.
Move to accept first reading of HEAA with option 2.
Second. All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? All All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. HEBB. Boy, there's a lot about the, isn't that petty? It's different.
Nothing can really be changed. It's just saying that we're gonna deposit, or teachers turn in, anything that they collect is turned in right away.
I move to approve HEB.
I second that.
We have a motion and second, any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. HEBC.
Just saying that we're not gonna commit fraud.
Can't even change it.
Nope.
I move to approve HEBC.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. HEBD.
This one has some options. All financial records of the districts will be audited once every 2 years or following the close of each fiscal year.
What are we doing now?
We try and do it every year, but we're 2 years behind. Not because of us. The auditors are 2 years behind. So they're just, currently they're finished 22, 23.
Who's the auditors?
Hager Comer, or Haga Comer. And then as soon as that's done, well, it's waiting for signatures. As soon as there's signatures, then they'll send us the final audit. And then they'll start on 23, 24. So we're trying to get caught up to the current year.
Is that possible at the rate that they're moving?
Not for a couple of years.
But we're doing it for every year.
Right,
We're just at their mercy.
right.
Yeah. I don't know why we wouldn't do it every year.
Yeah.
It's too big. It's a lot of money.
Right. So yeah, I would say every year.
Is that audit firm picked by the state, or is that somebody that we pick, or
Somebody we pick.
somebody we pick? Is there other options that are a little faster, maybe?
I would say no.
No.
I don't think you'd wanna find a new one or get rid of one and type for sure found another one.
And I suppose everything has to be done up to the point before they can do that. We can't hire another accountant to do 24 and 25 until
Right,
24.
right.
Alright.
And then the next one, board will appoint an independent auditor. And then we don't have an audit committee, so I think we just say independent auditor. And then I think all the auditors in North Dakota are certified, are CPAs. I don't know if a company just has.
Can you do certified or
License.
licensed? Can you even say or?
Is license lower than certified or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
license would be lower than a certified.
But then at least you're not.
Yeah. If there's different levels, I'd just as soon have the
Right. So
top one
Yeah.
doing my audit, I guess.
Okay, then nothing else on that one?
Nope.
Move to accept first reading of HEBD. I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
That's it.
RACTC,
Not have a meeting in January.
WERC.
Did not have a meeting?
Next meeting will be February 11th at 6 o'clock.
Oh, yeah, I didn't put the time. Actually, the next meeting will be February 2nd, but that'll just be the.
Oh, but the regular board meeting
Yeah.
will be 11th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
I don't think we need one. I don't think we need one.
Every other meeting, I don't think we.
A second.